Terrified, the two men grabbed a 20-gauge shotgun and a 22 caliber rifle and fired at the little man. It gets better. It gets even better, right? They reported that it then did a flip and, fled into the darkness.
Trigger warning. Trigger warning. Just before we start, Jordan is terrible at geography and thought Kentucky was in Texas. So, enjoy that.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the podcast.
Already gone.
Straight away.
Video listeners.
Already gone.
Makes no sense. The Bailey's gone, but he's back. Okay.
I'm back.
Start to the pod. How is everyone? Aliens today.
Oh.
Alien hypes. Well, aliens, but we might dip into mythological creatures because of it, which is going to be quite cool. But before we do that, Lozzie, Bailey, Scott, no Maya in this one. How are you guys doing?
I'm good, thanks, mate. I'm doing well. And I'm excited to listen to some alien going on.
Yes.
Yes, same. I'm decent. Ready for some alien stuff.
Good stuff.
Yeah, it's been a good day. Now we've got aliens.
All right, let's get out of the way. Let's get out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the elephant in the room.
There you go. Scott's a Man United fan.
Yeah,
and
Man,
Wayne Rooney is also now the manager of Plymouth Argyle. So
Scott
it's been a winning day.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's been a winning day.
Scott is a two-team scumbag.
I am ambidextrous.
That's it. But no, congratulations, Scott. Enjoy it. It's a good achievement, and you're going to sack your manager anyway. So there we go.
Yeah.
Right. So, aliens. I do like a little bit of alien. I hadn't actually heard of this. I basically asked the internet for paranormal encounters, and one that came up was the Hopkinsville Encounter. And I was like, oh, what is that? So I've looked into it. And, well,
It's spicy.
No context other than it's an alien story. Little goblin fuckers.
Nice.
Hang on. Wait.
Yeah.
Hang on. People fucking goblins or
No.
just little goblin aliens?
Little goblin aliens. I was trying to think about how that would work, actually. Little goblin fuckers.
Yeah. I just wanted to kind of clarify that.
Well, we don't know. I haven't actually, looked that deep into this story. There may be sexual intercourse. We don't know yet. We don't know.
There usually is an alien encounters.
There normally is, because they're trying to take our seed.
Dodgy finger here and there. And
yeah.
Oh, it's the probe.
So we're going to hit up history.com for this one. So thank you, history. Obviously, we're going to annotate. We're going to talk as we go along. So it is fair use. Don't even go there. Before we do that, though, I do just want to plug the Patreon. There's some fun stuff going on over there. I know a lot of people on YouTube and Facebook loved the Nuke's Top 5 reactions I used to do. Well, basically, they stopped because they were copyright into oblivion. And over at Patreon, it seems that they don't get copyrighted into oblivion. And so for some Patreon exclusive content over there, there has been some reaction videos. So if you enjoyed the Nuke's Top 5 and you've got a quid spare, £1 a month, you can go over to the Patreon and check those out, as well as all the behind the scenes and the early access and all that good stuff. All right. That is patreon.com/Duty Rhino, and it supports this podcast. Excellent. Right. So why are aliens so often depicted as little green men with bulbous heads and oversized eyes? The mythology began in part on the night of August 21st, 1955, when a large extended farm family called the Suttons arrived breathlessly at the Hopkinsville police station in southwestern Kentucky. Their story of a terrifying siege by otherworldly beings would become one of the most detailed and baffling accounts of an alien close encounter on record. Notable for the large number of witnesses, nearly a dozen, the duration of the encounter. There was literally a shootout with aliens over the course of several hours.
Let's go.
Right? Yeah,
That's
so you got Texas, you got goblins, and you got a fucking shootout.
That's it.
That's it. That's
How
all you
fucking-
want.
How fucking great is this story already? It's fucking nuts. And the close proximity between the witnesses and the creatures, sometimes just a few feet away, right? The incident quickly became regional and even national news. I mean, I'd hope so, wouldn't you? Could you
100%.
imagine? Imagine if I had a shootout, right, with an alien and I only got on Look East. I'd be fucking livid.
And not even the main story.
Yeah, no. Also, this evening, some absolute deranged twat shot at what he believes is an alien, but it's probably just a mutated goose or something.
Just
And into
before
our
the
main
goose
story, our main story, men feed pigeons in park. Oh,
Yeah. Just before they go to the weather.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Yeah,
That cut away.
Oh dear.
Oh, I'd be absolute. Oh man, I'd be like, I
Yeah,
nearly
you would.
died
You
for
would be
this.
livid.
I was on the front lines, not for this country, for this planet, and you're only going to do me a fucking regional news segment. Fucking nuts. The alleged encounter occurred on the Sutton's farm in the tiny rural hamlet of Kelly, Kentucky, where the family lived in an unpainted 3-room house without running water, telephone, radio, TV, or even books.
They sound like the sort of people that are gonna have a shootout with aliens.
I mean, can we
If
just
you had
appreciate-
asked me who was going to be shooting at aliens prior to this, that's where they'd have lived.
No, but also appreciate no running water, no telephone, no radio, no TV or books, but they have guns.
Yeah.
yeah, that's what I'm laughing at. Fuck all. We've got a fuckload of ammunition.
Yeah.
This was in the 50s, though, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Okay.
But books, mate.
Yeah,
Well,
books,
yeah,
man. I'm not
I'll
being
allow
funny.
the books.
Fucking
Everyone's
hell.
got a book. Even if you don't read, you've got a
I'm
book
thinking,
somewhere.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
thinking television.
A lot of money on ammo, man.
But Matt, I don't know how has this information even got out? Like the police have turned up.
Who are they
and they're
calling?
like,
They got a
these
phone.
motherfuckers don't even have books. It's just like, why would that? Is such a weird observation.
I think the
To me.
biggest one there. Did you say their house was unpainted? Was that one of the points they
Yeah.
chose to mention?
Unpainted 3-room house.
Yeah, yeah.
Also,
Yeah, yeah.
what house is 3 rooms?
Yeah, well, it doesn't even say what the rooms are. It just has 3 separate spaces in a building,
How many of them
and
are
it's not painted.
So what I'm picturing is they've got a farm, right, with
It's a
loads of land, and it's just got like a shed
Yeah.
that
A
they
shed.
live in.
Yeah.
They got like the chewing tobacco in the bottom gum,
Oh.
Nice.
just spitting out in a cup, and they're just shooting shit. They're probably shooting at their crops, like to get them to grow faster.
No, that's
I
how
don't
they
know.
harvest them.
That's what. That's how
How
they
they
harvest
harvest
them.
them. Yeah.
That's it.
That's it.
But,
So yeah, they've got nothing. Of all the details of their story, the UFO landing and the appearance of small alien creatures, one fact is indisputable. When the 8 adults and 3 children arrived at the nearby Hopkinsville police station at about 11 p.m., they were genuinely terror-struck.
Right.
Right, I'm going to have to read this
who-
in
who's
a
gonna-
Texas accent.
So hang on. So there's
We've got quotes.
8 of them with 3 kids
Yeah.
in
The
a
Suttons.
3-bedroom house.
No. 3-room
3
house.
rooms.
So three
3
room house,
rooms, and one of them rooms could be a kitchen.
and one's quite possibly a living room.
Yeah, one's a living room, one's a kitchen. We know they don't have a toilet, so the other room is a bedroom where they all sleep together in the
Do you
same room.
think
not-
do you think history have fucked up and it should be 3-bedroom house?
Quite
this is
possibly.
just
even,
fucking-
even that feels low though.
Yeah.
Eight adults in 3 bedrooms with 3 kids scattered somewhere.
Yeah,
scattered.
no, that's
Right.
it. It's kitchen, living room, and then the other room is just to store the guns.
Yeah.
They just sleep where they fall.
The house is literally just the armory. And sleep outside.
We got all the guns.
Oh
Sounds
man, right. Let's hear from Police Chief Russell Greenwell, shall we? Who later told investigators, "These aren't the kind of people who normally run to the police for help. What they do is they reach for their guns." That's what he said. That's a quote.
They're so good. How did they contact the police?
I think they just walked there.
Rode
well,
them on
just-
horseback.
we just went off. Just
Alien in tow
mid-fight.
with a lasso.
Yeah.
You hold the lines, I'm gonna get the law. Jesus.
Yeah. Yet here they were, women and children, hysterical, and one man with a pulse of 140 beats per minute measured by an investigator. Why are they doing that? They're
Like
like,
mid-fight.
Alien
Yeah.
invasion going on. Quick, take his heartbeat.
That's it.
no, it
Quick,
was
do
at the police station. It's
Oh.
like, right, you
Oh,
sound
this is
insane.
after the
So I'm
battle,
going to take your beats per minute. Small metallic humanoids, impervious to bullets. They were fucking bulletproof as well.
Of course they were.
Oh.
They just missed. Everyone's bulletproof is if the person shooting the gun is shit.
Just
Yeah,
absolutely
100%.
hip firing.
I don't know how. Lozzie, can you get up this article just to show the pictures to the viewers? If you type in Hopkinsville Encounter and then go on history, because they're quite interesting looking little creatures. So I'll read the details. So the height 2.5 to 3.5 feet tall. Sex, no indication. Head, almost round, bald, same color as the body. Nose, no nose. One man stated very strongly that there was none. Ears, swept back, extended quite a bit above the crown of the head. Neck, none.
Nice.
Eyes,
Neck.
yellow center, white rim, about 6 inches apart, glowing. Mouth, a thin line, but not sure that was their mouth. Body, there it is. Look,
Oh, yeah.
look at this little dude.
Jesus.
Body, powerful above the waist. Muscles, clearly seen. Below the waist, thin and spindly. Almost no shape to legs. Stick-like. So it's just like the majority of male gym goers.
Yeah,
Just
skip leg
fucking-
day,
that's
absolutely
it.
smash chest.
Yeah.
Oh, dear. They don't have to worry about neck day because you ain't got one. That's sick. Hands, oversized. Talons, 2 to 3 inches long. Webbing between the fingers. Started about a knuckle above talons. Feet, not seen or not noted. Knuckles and fingers not counted. At least they're
Right.
According to accounts given to the police at about 7 p.m. on the hot Sunday evening, Sutton family friend Billy Ray Taylor was fetching water from the backyard. Well, when he saw a silvery object, real bright, with an exhaust all the colors of the rainbow. As he later recounted, it came silently towards the house, passed over it, stopped in the air, and then dropped straight to the ground. Taylor, 21 years old, and his 18-year-old wife had come from Pennsylvania to visit Lucky Sutton, with whom he had worked on a traveling carnival. The Suttons, 50-year-old widow and matriarch Lenny Langford, her 2 older sons and their wives, a brother-in-law, and the widow's 3 younger children, 12, 10, and 7, didn't take Billy Ray seriously, laughing off his UFO account. An hour later, alerted by the dog's incessant barking, Lucky and Billy Ray went to the back door and made out a strange glow, in the midst of which they spied a small humanoid creature, about 3.5 feet tall. It had an oversized head and almost... Oh, no, wait, sorry, this is a quote. Oversized head, almost perfectly round. His arms extended almost to the ground. His hands had talons, and its oversized eyes glowed with a yellowish light. The body gave off an eerie shimmer in the light of the night's new moon, they said, as if it was made of silver metal.
Nice.
Yeah.
Silver
Could they not
metal.
just say silver? Is that a metal?
Yeah.
Yeah, silver is a
But
metal.
then they were traumatized, so you know.
True.
Yeah.
Now we're about to get Texas as fuck, right? Terrified, the 2 men grabbed a 20-gauge shotgun and a 22 caliber rifle and fired at the little man. So there's just this little fucking dude in their garden,
Just be a
and
kid.
they're like, "Shoot that motherfucker!"
They just sent a child.
Fucking stranger danger, shoot that motherfucker.
What's that? Right? Is it like castle law or something? Where like if you're on your land, you could just kill
Yeah.
people.
Just absolutely pump him with like fucking 15 mags.
Take me to your leader.
Pretty gay, boy.
I come in peace.
Peace ain't in the
today.
Constitution. Oh, dude, I just love it. They just grabbed a shotgun and a rifle and just started unleashing.
Very
That's,
tempting.
Oh, this is even better, right? Its hands, like talons, now raised as if held up at gunpoint. Fuck! No!
Oh, shoot.
I surrender.
Right? It gets better. It gets even better, right? So they're like, shoot that motherfucker. And this thing's like, no, please, no. Right? They reported that it then did a flip and, fled into the darkness. Did a backflip and fucking legged it.
Oh, mate, that's great.
Oh,
So it just does a Matrix backflip over the bullets and bolts into the bushes.
Yeah. Yeah,
Fuck
literally.
this shit, I'm out.
Isn't it?
Alien's
Right.
just like, right, engage parkour.
Evasion maneuvers.
Oh, dear.
Shortly after, the men saw a similar creature appear in a side window and fire
Get the gun, boy.
and fired through the window screen. Because they would. Why the fuck wouldn't you?
Don't open the door, just shoot through it, man.
Oh, mate.
Oh man.
That
Imagine you-
motherfucker's back.
he's peeping through the window.
Did you get the message the first time? We will this time.
Oh, right. So they shot through the
man.
window, right? Still
Right.
impervious to bullets, the little man again flipped, then disappeared.
He done that same move again.
Next time I'll be ready.
I ain't never seen a motherfucker do a flip before. Now I see him too.
Oh, God, no. Them damn mini acrobat spaceman.
I went out. This is actually a quote. I went out in the hallway and crouched down next to Billy when I saw one approaching the door. Mrs. Lankford told Isabel Davis, author of an extensive report called Close Encounter at Kelly and Others of 1955. It looked like a 5-gallon gasoline can with a head on top and small legs. It was shimmering bright metal like on my refrigerator. I love how this thing, I mean, it looked like, so it could be a moving gasoline can, and they're just lighting that motherfucker up.
Did you order gasoline? No. Fuck it.
Oh, no. Oh, dear.
Right, now, if you can get the article back up, because there's more pictures
Yeah.
that are slightly different. Gosh.
Oh,
So for
What's
the
that?
vision,
jaw on that motherfucker.
What's that on that other
This
one's
motherfucker's
chest?
got Ray-Bans on.
Rape.
Oh man.
Oh, no.
So right, so
Right.
this is the little men as pictured in nearby newspapers. Clarksville, Tennessee, the Leaf Chronicle, August 24th, 1955, drawn by PFC Gary F. Hodson. From witnesses, description probably tailors only. Many details questionable, especially the bent knees. These drawings also said to have been shown on WLAC TV Nashville. So yeah, they're like little goblin
Why
frog
has he got
men.
his shorts so high up with his belt on?
Look at his little pin. He's got little pins for legs.
little pin legs.
Pistorius, mate.
For anyone who's listening, if you're on your car journey or at work or something, Google the Hopkinsville Encounter on history.com and then scroll down and you'll see the images that we're talking about.
Oh,
Right, so this one, the one with the very high belt line and little pins for legs. Answering a letter of inquiry, the paper said the sketch was drawn by E. Arnold Jr. just for a joke. So he's basically just taking the piss out of the people.
That's great.
Another one that was drawn by Larry Hill, the paper's staff artist, from descriptions of the spacemen given by Elmer and John Sutton. Drawing was not checked with the Sutton, so he's basically just listened to what they've said and ran with it. So anyway, back to the shooting. The drama escalated when Taylor stepped outside under the small overhanging roof, and those behind him saw a claw-like hand reach down and touch his hair. I mean, that is fucking terrifying.
Yeah.
Oh, flipped on the roof.
Yeah, it's like a little fucking claw grabbing.
That is a scene from a horror
touches
movie.
your hair, isn't it? Oh man, that is grim as fuck. The group screamed and pulled Taylor back while Lucky shot above the overhang and then at another similar creature in a nearby tree. It floated to the ground and then scurried into the woods.
Jesus. So, like, that hand come down and he just shot at it, which would have been inches away from his friend's fucking head.
Without a doubt.
Yeah.
And I reckon that 20 gauge has got some fucking spread as well.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Jesus.
I mean, God bless them, man. You know, they're under attack and they're fighting back. They're not running. They're fucking, oh man. The Suttons
They're
moved
taking it, yeah.
inside and spent several hours listening for movements, hearing mostly occasional scratches on the roof. At 11 p.m., the whole group ran for the cars and hightailed it to the Hopkinsville police station at top speed. After
That's
the local
kind of
police chief,
disappointing.
what
I
they
was kinda
legged it?
hope- no, they got in the cars. I was hoping they'd be on horseback.
Yeah.
Just get
Riding
out
bicycle.
together.
Don't have running water, don't have a TV, don't have books, but we do have a car and guns. After
Yeah.
the local police chief called for backup, his team was joined at the Sutton farm by state police, military police from nearby Fort Campbell, and a photographer from the Kentucky New Era. There, investigators found shell casing from the gunshots, but no other evidence. Neither could they find proof of heavy drinking, so they weren't drunk. According to the Sutton matriarch, liquor was liquor was not allowed in the farmhouse.
Right.
Once
There
the
you go.
police and others left, though, the creatures fuckers, man. Once the police and others left, though, the creatures returned between 2:30 a.m. and daybreak. Mrs. Langford said she saw one glowing repeatedly by her bedside window, its claw-like hand on the screen. The spaceship just kind of looks like a rugby ball, to be honest. Curiosity seekers descend. In the following days, after radio stations and newspapers, including the New York Times, reported the incident, hundreds of curiosity seekers descended on the farm, often ridiculing the Suttons as ignorant or fraudulent. When no trespassing signs proved useless at discouraging them, the family tried charging admission. 50 cents for entering the grounds, $1 for information, $10 for taking pictures. After that, skeptics blasted them as fortune-seeking fabulists. Jesus.
Fancy.
As the Kelly story spread into the world, it took on a life of its own. The number of little men grew to a dozen or more. A few years later, the little metallic men were conflated with the Eastern Kentucky Women's Report of a flying saucer and a 6-foot-tall man in green helping launch the myth of little green men. So this is what the investigator says. Some of it is redacted. I am going to read it in an American accent because I don't fucking care. Right. My name is Bleep. That means redacted. All right.
Okay.
Age 50, and I live at Bleep, Hopkinsville, Route 6, Kentucky. This could literally be like, so what I'm doing right now, right? I'm saying I'm doing an American. I think this is what a Kentucky accent would be. I could literally be doing what I think is a Kentucky accent, and it's like a Scouser doing a Norfolk accent and saying it's Norfolk.
Yeah.
On Sunday night, August 21, 55, about 10:30 p.m., I was walking through the hallway, which is located in the middle of my house, and I looked out the back door, south, and saw a bright silver object about 2.5 feet tall appearing round. I became excited and did not look at it long enough to see if it had any eyes or move. I was about 15 or 20 feet from it. I fell backward and then was carried into the bedroom. My two sons, Bleep, age 25, and his wife, Bleep, age 29, Bleep, Bleep, age 21, and his wife, Bleep, age 27, and their friends, Bleep, age 21, and his wife, Bleep, 18, were all in the house and saw this little man that looked like a monkey. About 3:30 a.m., I was in my bedroom and looked out the north window and saw a small silver shining object about 2.5 feet tall and that had its hands on the screen looking in. I called for my sons and they shot at it and it left. I was about 60 feet from it at the time. I did not see it anymore. I've read the above statement and it is true to the best of my knowledge and belief. Witness John E. Albert, signed, Bleep.
That was very good.
I was
Thank
good.
Applause. I thought that was great.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was like channeling my inner like Matthew McConaughey,
Yeah.
you know?
That feels about right.
All right.
All right. So there we go. That is Glennie Langford. I love how that's all redacted and then it just goes, Glennie Langford's first-hand account. So, all right, so the redacted woman, yeah? Okay, sick. Right. The day after the incident, police investigators returned to the farmhouse, searching for evidence of a saucer landing, footprints, blood trails, or scratch marks on the roof. They found nothing. Mate, right? How fucking like Texas is this name? Bud Ledwith, a local radio station employee, interviewed the adult eyewitnesses and made drawings based on their accounts. According to Davis, he was impressed by their remarkable specificity and consistency, even though the men were away from the farmhouse all day, unable to coordinate with others. So that's quite cool. While the incident eventually attracted the attention of the Air Force UFO investigation program, Project Blue Book, documents suggest that its team never officially pursued the matter, beyond checking in with their Fort Campbell counterparts who had been briefly at the scene the first night. One of the most thorough investigations of the Kelly incident was undertaken in 1956 by ufologist Isabel Davis and published several decades later by the Center of UFO Studies, a group founded by astronomer Dr. J. Allen Hynek. Project Blue Book civilian investigator. Her nearly 200-page report, co-written with Ted Blocher, includes detailed maps, drawings, documentary records, summaries of similar accounts around the world, and interviews with several Sutton family members and police investigators. Davis summarized the latter's concerns about the lack of physical evidence, but to her reckoning, none of the possible explanations, a deliberate hoax, a publicity play, group hallucinations, made sense. While questions arose about whether the young men were exaggerating, possibly fueled by hidden stores of liquor, Davis's strong impression after meeting Mrs. Langford was one of a somber, no-nonsense matriarch who abhorred the limelight and had no reason to lie. None of the witnesses, Davis noted, had any history of making preposterous allegations. We are nearly finished, by the way. In 2006, Joe Nichols, Senior Research Fellow of the International Committee for Skeptical Inquiry and a self-styled paranormal investigator, reviewed the accumulated evidence in an article entitled Siege of the Little Green Men, the 1955 Kelly, Kentucky incident. In it, he raised suspicion about what he called Billy Taylor's embroidered testimony. He matched Taylor's UFO sighting with similar reports from that day, which suggested a small meteor in the vicinity. As for the little men, Nicholl floated an explanation used for other alien encounters stories: owls. In particular, the great horned owl, aka the hoot owl, has long wings that could be mistaken for arms, along with talons, yellow eyes, long ears, and a round head that might also match the little men description. As for their metallic shine, Nicholl suggests they could have easily been reflecting the moonlight. But while hoot owls are known to be active at dusk and extremely aggressive when defending their nests, some investigators question characterizations of the creatures as hostile. To some, their behavior that night in Kelly appeared to be simply curious. So there we go. That is the Hopkinsville Encounter, which I thought was really fucking cool. First, we'll do two questions. So first one, do you think it was an owl?
Yeah.
An
I
owl
find
just-
it difficult to even, I'm not going to call people out on their intelligence, but, they've been shooting at something and haven't hit it multiple times. But still, even then, I highly doubt that they were shooting at an owl. I just don't. Even that scenario just doesn't
Yeah.
make sense to me.
You
Why
think
would
if
it
you even if
come
you
on.
didn't hit it, if you were unleashing on an owl, there'd be a feather or two about, wouldn't there?
Yeah.
Surely.
Well, surely they'd fly off.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
Surely they'd fly off
The-
or
these-
scurry off.
From the description, these ran off into the woods. Like I've never seen an owl
Doing
just like,
flips.
sprint, doing backflips.
And then came
Well,
back.
Yeah. Come back for more.
And also, owls don't fucking put their hands up.
That's
Oh,
true.
shit.
I've never seen an owl put his hands up.
Owls
That's
do
it.
backflips.
Probably some of them.
They can fly, so I guess
Yeah.
sort of yeah.
We'll fact
I
check
mean,
that one.
I don't think they're known for backflips, as far as I'm aware. But they could do one, I suppose.
If they are known for backflips and I'm finding out this late in life, I'm going to be disappointed.
The snowy owl is prepared to do backflips.
There you go.
Allegedly.
Ah, okay. So we might be getting
Snowy
closer to the truth.
owl.
So
What
the
about the
next
other one?
question, the big question: did it happen?
I mean, I don't think they were shooting at an alien. Let's put it that way. I think the lack of them they didn't find any like scratch marks or anything like that, or blood. Not that they would bleed, considering they thought they were basically bulletproof. So I don't know, but I don't think they encountered aliens personally. Don't know about anyone else.
I feel like if it was a genuine alien encounter, there would be some form of evidence around. Like
Yeah.
there would be something there.
Yeah.
know,
I mean,
It's just as likely as if it was just random kids just running around in the fields as it was like there's
Yeah.
no proof of anything.
descriptively, the things that they've described as attacking them kind of sound chupacabra-like.
We're taking a left turn.
Let's go.
In the, because there's the two depictions of the chupa. There's one that's essentially just a dog with mange, and then there's that sort of more lizardy kind of alien-like chupacabra description with the swept back ears, talons, long clawed arms,
Oh,
which I think are from the similar sort of geological region.
okay.
Do they do backflips?
I mean, they could do. Who knows?
There you
That
go.
first picture to me looked like it would belong in the sea, not in space.
Yeah, the webbed hands.
Yeah.
Or feet, whatever
But
they were.
that's actually something that I want to look into. I did see a clip that I haven't watched yet. I think it was a clip of Joe Rogan interviewing someone. I can't remember. But basically, that it would make sense for there to be alien species under our ocean because it makes up like 80% of the planet, and A, they can hide there. B, if they're investigating or gaining knowledge or whatever of this planet, we're only on 20% of it. There's a lot, there's a lot more out there than just us, and maybe we're not that interesting. Maybe they're more interested in marine life or setting up a base, and then they'll rise up.
Haven't we only explored like something stupid like 5% of the ocean?
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
that's absolute madness.
yeah. And also, if you think if aliens have the technology to get here, they probably have the technology to withstand pressures,
Without that.
unlike us. But yeah, no, they do look a little bit. They look like tadpoles with bodies. I mean, I guess that's a frog, but yeah.
Yeah.
So my other question that I had planned before this pod. So they've been described as little goblins. They're not in this article, but in other articles they were described as little goblins. And I think there were some witnesses that also described them as goblins at some point. Mythical creatures like goblins and fairies and
Mhm.
I don't know, not unicorns because that's literally a horse with a horn on it, but things like that. Could it be, and like even dragons? Could it be that they are aliens that have visited and then it's been passed down through folklore? So, like things like goblins and things actually exist, but they're just misinterpreted extraterrestrials.
Potentially.
Potentially,
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't see
I
why
see
not.
why not. Ooh, spooky.
Jesus.
That's it.
I think it's a better explanation than just, oh, these exist on
Yeah.
our same plane of existence. They're like, on our planet and always have been.
Yeah, obviously, it is also entirely possible that it was just someone's imagination and they thought them up literally for storytelling purposes. I'm not taking anything away from that, but
Yeah.
If there is an origin of that,
Yeah.
and like vampires, for example, maybe they're just like humanoid, like aliens that drink blood.
Yeah.
It could be.
Absolutely. So yeah, I just and also just like this isn't so much maybe aliens, but like with the dragon thing, just when you go back through history, it's a bit like the different like styles of pyramids and stuff across the world, and just the fact that dragons are laced throughout different histories. When
Every culture kind of has one.
Yeah, before they even like started meeting each other.
Yeah. They've got their very distinct differences, but they're the same basic sort of premise, which is weird because, like you said, they shouldn't be able to
flying, fire breathing
lizardy thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Which I just think is really cool, and could be linked to aliens. Who knows?
Mhm.
Who knows? But yeah, so that's that. That is the Hopkinsville Encounter. Obviously, aliens most definitely fall under the paranormal, as we know.
Mhm.
It's not ghosty ghoulies or true crime, but it is really cool, and I do enjoy them a lot. So yeah, overall, one word: yes or no. Did it happen? Go, Lozzie.
No.
Scott.
Yes.
Bailey.
Now, I don't think they're aliens, though.
One word, Scott. Come on now. I'm checking. What do you say?
I played by the rules.
So I don't think they were the aliens, but I think they definitely had a shootout with something.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, the casing's probably help with that.
The shooting definitely happened.
I think they thought they were shooting at aliens.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I reckon they just got bored and started shooting shit, and they was like, "We kind of need an excuse for pumping lead into our, community."
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's go to the police and talk about some aliens.
Yeah.
True.
I like it.
Bailey, yes or no?
No.
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 I am gonna say. I'm gonna say yes. I think they were fighting something. Also, there's no, if aliens are that far advanced, there's no reason to say why they don't have technology to clean up after themselves, leave no trace. Okay, so Patreon question of the pod goes to Josh Langley. Question/content idea. So this is obviously, a potential podcast idea. Have you thought about doing equipment videos, like explaining how bits of paranormal kit work and showing what does or doesn't set them off? I mean, that's quite interesting. We've done like the history of the Ouija board, haven't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We could definitely do like a paranormal investigator guide episode, couldn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah. We did do an
Explain it.
episode where Scott bought some stuff off Timu.
That's
Yeah.
true.
We did.
That is true. I think people enjoyed that as well. So yeah, we could do a follow-up to that. Maybe just going through all of the equipment that we have that we will use again very fucking soon. Yeah, I reckon that'd be good. Like, what would you guys? I know we've asked this so many times. I'm not going to ask you what your favorite. Okay, what is your least favorite? What do you think is just a piece of shit?
Ooh.
And I don't mean boring, like, because I'm not going to say Ouija board. Ouija boards bore me, but I do think there still might be a little, spooky, because they have been a bit weird in the past. But yeah, what do you think is just like maybe it's not even like you're not saying like I don't think it works in a paranormal setting. Are you? Maybe you're just saying I just think this is just shite. You know.
I think there's two things that come to mind, right?
Yeah.
The cat balls.
Oh, mate, they're fucking epic.
They're shit. They're like the
What?
most inconsistent thing I've ever seen in my life. I could literally boot one of them and it wouldn't go off. But if I tap it, it goes off.
It's not true.
So straight away, there's no consistency.
That's a lie.
Oh, here we go.
Right.
I didn't know I was gonna get fucking comeback on this. Yeah, I
That's
thought we
it.
just-
Cross-examined, mate.
The bear, like the motion. Is it a motion?
Oh,
Yeah. It's right
That's-
there. It's literally right there.
That's
Yeah.
pants. I don't actually think I've ever heard it go off.
No,
only when you're putting the
gone off
battery
yet.
in. Only
Yeah,
when you're
that's
putting the
literally it.
battery in.
That is literally it.
Jesus. There you go.
Yeah, I think it is a bit of a cop out saying the bear, but I would have to agree because it ain't done anything.
This is literally done
But
nothing,
until
man.
it does, it's got time
But if
to
it
commit
does,
redemption.
man, if it
Yeah.
does, oh mate,
There we go.
that'd be
As
the
it
most
stands.
terrifying moment of my life.
What is it actually meant to do?
So it's like an EMF. So if you go,
Right.
if something goes near it or touches it, the pores light up and it beeps.
Right, so it's that non-eventful that if it does happen, I'll be just like, it's broken.
There we go.
If it's like an EMF, she's the EMF.
Yeah, but the bear looks cool, mate.
Yeah, it's
well.
a bear, mate.
The bear's meant to attract child spirits. It's a trigger object.
Jesus Christ, right? I'm sticking to
Right.
the EMF.
That's the point of the Boo Bear.
That's
Right.
it. Right. So you're both saying bear. Scott, what are you saying?
I think I might have to go cat ball.
Oh.
Because they are slightly inconsistent. For one, the button means they're not actually ball shaped.
Yeah, that's true.
The button clearly like throws the weight off on them because that is not a fucking sphere. There's a big fucking red thing on top of it.
There's a ghost in your room, mate. I'd be fucking scared. if I was you.
I'll watch out, boy.
For the audio listeners, Scott just put on a cat ball that went off straight away.
But yeah, that's my big issue with them is they're not completely spherical. They've got a big fucking button hanging out one end.
Okay. Never thought
Which
of
I
it
feel-
like that. But fair
Which I
play.
feel like I only thought of it when I picked it up a second ago.
Hmm.
And also, just to interject here, when we've seen them like curve,
mhm.
Yeah.
I think it's because of that button.
I think
All right.
I think the weight of that button makes the ball curve round instead of just going a straight line. If you just rolled it on a table and it was perfectly spherical, it would
Listen,
just
I
go-
asked for fucking equipment. I asked to debunk
I'm just
all
saying,
fucking
they're a piece of
videos.
shit.
That's it. I've had enough.
See,
All
I
right.
can
What
see
about when? What about when? Like at the ancient ram in, when we just had it on a barrel, it didn't even move, and it just went off.
yeah, those
Yeah, but
ones I think are legitimate. I can't debunk that because it hasn't moved. The weight
Exactly.
balance on it, I don't think's thrown it off. It's like the one on the table at the maid's head,
Yeah.
where it went one
Where
way
it just
and then
went in the opposite
yeah,
fucking direction.
like that's not a weight thing to do with the button. That thing fucked off in one direction, then changed its
Yeah.
mind and fucked off in the other
That's
direction.
it.
So it does things that are legit. I just think because of the shape and weight of it, I'm more critical of them.
Yeah.
Right.
But I do still
Um,
think, like with everything, it's still plausible that
Yeah.
it is, paranormal.
I would say for me, dowsing rods.
I thought you were going to say penne pasta.
Sorry, I am sitting a little bit past it. I'm sorry. I'm now listen. I don't want to eat too close to the mic. I am really hungry. Mars brought me a chicken pasta dish that she finished too early. But there we go. So yeah, I would say dowsing rods. So we've got the bear, the balls, and dowsing rod. Not saying I don't like them. I just think, I don't know. It's just a bit of metal, isn't they?
Yes.
I mean, yeah.
And then sometimes
and
they
yeah.
work. Sometimes they just don't even. It's just annoying.
And sometimes it frames your cats.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, that was entirely led by Scott. There's no need to
Well,
take those questions there.
Led down a path.
Yeah.
In fairness, I was led there by the responses.
You grabbed that spooky ghost hand and you dragged him down that cat
It said it
pathway.
meant it said it
it.
meant harm. I just went through the options.
Is there
Yeah.
anything here with us? Yes. Do you want to kill their cats?
Well,
Yes. Right.
Go on,
Well,
then.
that's it.
Let's see
Well,
where
I
this
hadn't
goes.
even thought of that previously. Thanks for the idea, Scott. I will now implement that.
Good old
Yeah,
buttons.
That's it. Buttons at Haprica. Go see her. Go tell her we said hi. Yeah. Well, there we go. That's the episode of the pod. It's the Hopkinsville Encounter and a Patreon question of the pod. If you'd like to have a question read out, then please head over to the Patreon, patreon.com/DutyRhino, and become a patron for as little as £1 a month. Next week, we're answering your emails. So get your emails in, dutystories@gmail.com, and we might read your email out. All right? Lovely. We'll see you in a bit. Goodbye, everyone.
See you later.
Follow and share the pod around. See you.
Bye.
Bye.